Rajkumar Hirani's movies are all the same. There's a protagonist who thinks ideally, who has been put into a non-ideal world, the rules of which he finds difficult to understand and hence decides to change them, who is always accompanied by a friend. There's an antagonist who turns good by the end of the movie. There's always a narrator, and there are a lot of supporting actors. So what is it that makes his movies different from one another? How can he use the same formula and yet create a different product each time?
And which director's license do you think should be revoked?
Rajkumar Hirani, absolutely.
Why?
I am jealous of him. I am absolutely jealous of him. He's one director I feel like.
Well, it's because in his movies it's not the protagonist who is the main character, but it is the world he lives in. The hero of the movie is the setting, and because of this the protagonist does not have any character arc, but it is the world that has the character arc. It is the world that changes by the end of the movie.
ऐसा स्कूल तो साला रैंचो ही बना सकता है.
And to change the world, you require a montage of stories that challenge all the assumptions related to that particular world in that setting. So how does one ensure that the audience is able to connect to all the characters within the small frame of time? In Hirani's films, it is done through providing information about the character through dialogues.
मेरा बेटा भी गांव से भाग के आया था. अगर चाहता तो तेरे जैसा बन सकता था, मगर नहीं. उसने मेहनत की और डॉक्टर बना.
So when Zahir is diagnosed with cancer, he narrates his life story in a few words.
एक बात बताइए डॉक्टर, मैंने कभी शराब नहीं पी, सिगरेट नहीं पी, किसी लड़की को हाथ तक नहीं लगाया, फिर मुझे ही क्यों?
When Joy Lobo is introduced, we see him working hard, and that is accompanied with
अपने गांव से मैं पहला इंजीनियर हूं सर. सारे रिलेटिव्स कॉन्वोकेशन पे आना चाहते हैं.
Coming to one of the major characters, Circuit. We all know he is a goon, but yet we pine and root for him. Why is that? Because we know that he is a person with a heart of gold.
याद है जब अपन को बुलेट लगा था पेट में, नींद नहीं आता था फुल नाइट. अपन तेरे को बोला कि माँ का याद आता है. तूने साला अपन का सर लेकर गोद में डाला और लोरी सुनाया अपन को.
And these are just some of the instances. There are many more like these.
क्या सॉरी? तुम तो सॉरी बोल के निकल जाएगा. सबका क्रिकेट अपन को सुनना पड़ेगा. सुनेगा? 20 साल से तो सुनता है.
But it's not possible that all the characters will have dialogues. In Three Idiots, Chattu does not have a lot of dialogue till his legendary speech. So how was it ensured that the audience does not feel bad when Rancho changes his speech to mock him? It was done through his reactions.
तो फिर हमने यही किया कि जो एग्जिस्टिंग सीन्स है उसमें सिर्फ उसके रिएक्शंस लिए कि जब आमिर कुछ करता है तो ये एक स्मर्क देता है. तो थ्रू दोस 4-5 सीन्स मशीन की बात करता है, एक स्मर्क देता है. तो थ्रू आउट विदाउट सेइंग एनी वर्ड, पेन बोल रहा है कि इसको पेन चाहिए तो पहले खड़ा हो जाता है मुझे चाहिए. तो हमने एक बिल्डअप कर दिया कि एक विदाउट एनीथिंग धीरे धीरे रिएक्शन शॉर्ट कर करके, ताकि व्हेन यू रीच द स्पीच you don't feel bad that they've changed the speech.
And he doesn't even stop at the characters. His penchant for storytelling takes different forms to explain the gravity of a certain situation or an action. When Munna's father is leaving the city out of anger and disappointment, it is shown in the light of metaphors like
आज मैंने पहली बार इन्हें घर से बिना पगड़ी के बाहर निकलते देखा है.
And when Rancho tops the college, Farhan explains the situation through narration.
ह्यूमन बिहेवियर के बारे में उस दिन हमने कुछ जाना. दोस्त फेल हो जाए तो दुख होता है, लेकिन दोस्त फर्स्ट आ जाए तो ज्यादा दुख होता है.
And when he has multiple characters with actions resulting in similar results, he gives them a term so that the audience can relate to those actions.
बोले तो गांधीगिरी जिंदाबाद, बोले तो गांधीगिरी जिंदाबाद.
All is well, all is well.
ये रॉन्ग नंबर है. ये रॉन्ग नंबर है.
रॉन्ग नंबर है ये.
Okay, agreed that the audience is able to relate to the director. But how do you show that the world within his film has also changed? Hirani does it by incorporating a lot of extras who react to every action by the main character, and most of them are not even in the same frame. By looking at their expressions, we see that the world is actually becoming a better place because of the main character's actions. One might call this an oversimplification of story and scenes, but it's not that Hirani's style is always about excessive. He knows what is required for the movie and what is not. This can be seen in his frequent jump cuts. When Munna tells Circuit that he has been slapped and Circuit gets angry,
इसकी भैंस की भाई नाम बोल, तू नाम बोल उसका, इधर ही काट के फेंकता उसको. Zahir.
We don't see Munna explaining the situation to him, but the scene directly jumps to the hospital. We expect Circuit to beat Zahir, but the situation turns out to be totally different. This not only surprises us, but also makes the scene more interesting. Another similar instance is this.
आज रात को अंडरवेयर बिना होल वाले पहनना
क्यों? While you may or may not like his movies, you would agree that his level of detailing demands dedication to the craft. His movies may not be very realistic, but they are very well written and thought-provoking. And although many consider Hirani as the new age filmmaker, his film style is most reminiscent of the 70s and 80s cinema. Just like his idol Rishikesh Mukherjee, Hirani's movies are family entertainers with a message. With the biopic on Dutt, he will be moving into uncharted territories from directing theme-based movies to a biography. But we can be sure that the end product is going to be good. He's an anti-establishment director who is always pushing the envelope. Maybe that's why the institutes in both Munna Bhai MBBS and Three Idiots have the name Imperial in them. Look at the other aspects in his movies, like his editing and his cinematography. And so, I take your leave with the legendary Sunil Dutt's walk in slow-mo.